Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast, where we fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-host, Javier Ortiz.
What is up, my nerds?
Ian Anderson.
Some shit.
And our very special returning guest host, Alec Burgess.
Hey, guys. Glad to be back.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys helping grow the podcast like Alec does every week. Go ahead, tell a friend about us. Hit that like and subscribe and bell notification buttons. Go check out our website, whatsourverdict.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive content and updates, pick up some sweet, sweet merch, and interact with us in all sorts of ways. So go ahead. You can also listen to our What's Our Verdict TV episodes as well. And with Loki starting here in the next couple of weeks, should be picking up with that again. So I'm excited for that one.
Loki?
Yeah.
What's Loki?
It's nothing you want to partake in. It's a Marvel TV show, sir.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Yeah. They haven't done enough damage with their movies.
Come on, dude. It's Tom Hiddleston gets his own show about causing chaos. What can go wrong?
I might watch that, actually. I could get behind a little bit of,
Yeah, so anyway, pick up on the TV. We'll pick up on those episodes soon. This is our spoiler-free review. Our deep dive reviews are available every Monday wherever fine podcasts are found. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. And as always, it's completely free to watch or listen to us. The question we do ask every week is, do you find yourself wondering if you spend the time, money, or both on a movie? To help with that question, each week we put a movie on trial, discuss facts, pass judgment, and let you know our verdict. The spoiler-free review, again, will rate movies on a 3-tiered scale. Worth it, meaning you should watch this movie as soon as possible. Stream it, meaning you can wait until you can watch it for free at home. And finally, not impressed, meaning you shouldn't watch it at all. Today, we are reviewing A Quiet Place Part 2. It was released May 28th, 2021. It was written and directed by John Krasinski. Stars Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons, Noah Jupe, and Cillian Murphy. Following the events at home... It's Cillian. No, it's Cillian. Thank God. Following the events at home, the Abbott family now face the terrors of the outside world. Forced to venture into the unknown, they realize the creatures that hunt by sound are not the only threats lurking beyond the sand path. So yeah, let's jump into some spoiler-free territory. Javier, you kick us off, my friend.
Spoiler-free. Okay. So quick disclaimer. It was very hard to watch this movie from an objective point of view because it was terrifying. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have a lot of, I definitely wasn't paying attention to the soundtrack like Madsen does. So it was good. It was a good freaking movie, guys. It wasn't as good as the first one, though. So I will throw that out there. It's a sequel, so it's not as good, but it is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting lost here. Hold on, let me rein this in for a second. It's good. Yeah.
Are there things that you liked about it? I mean, look, Ian and I were with you when you watched it. So first of all, we realized that you missed the first 5 minutes of the movie because you were late.
So,
second, we also recognize that
you got to put me on blast like that.
Because that's what I do, Javier. That's what I do. The second part of that is I do realize that I had already seen this movie, so I was allowed to pay attention to you and the fact that you were hovering above your seat for at least a third of this movie.
At one point, I almost knocked over Ian's drink, which he slyly decided to grab. Anyway, no, it was good. So the reason why I say it's not as good as the first one is that there are a couple of parts in it that I didn't think really added to the story. Like that whole scene on the docks. I didn't think that, we'll talk about that later, but I have some issues with that scene. And also you see the monsters, since you've already seen them in the first movie. They don't try to recreate it of the mystery behind what they look like. They're just here are the monsters, right? And that doesn't hit as hard for me. But they instead trade the intensity of not knowing what the monsters look like with just jump scares and abject terror. So,
which is Javier's favorite thing.
Which is not my favorite thing. Anyway, the acting was really cool. I'm really glad that we started learning more about like the monsters and the world outside of the little farm that the family was on through the whole first movie. Yeah, I honestly I had a lot of fun, even though I hate these types of movies. But it wasn't like a horror movie, so it was still like a thriller, so I could get behind it. But anyway, I hated it, but I loved it.
So what do you rate it?
What are my options? Worth it, stream it, not impressed. I'm gonna go with not impressed. No, I'm just kidding.
Liar.
Is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna put worth it. It's obviously worth it. Go watch this freaking movie. What do you guys? Anyone who's listening to this should have already seen it. So
Fair enough. But some people hopefully use this to decide if they should see a movie.
oh, that's true. That's true.
All right, Ian.
So it was super nice to just watch a good, solid movie. Finally, I feel like we've gone through so many where it's been like kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel, and this was just super fun. I feel like there's two pitfalls that sequels usually fall into. One of them being just like a money grab, like they know people are going to come, so they just put the title out there and don't really put the effort into it. And then the other one is when they try to like take what they have and one up it. And I don't feel like this movie did either of those. I felt like it was a good, solid sequel. They knew what worked, and they kept using that to drive the story. And I think they put tension in all the right places. They did that extremely well. Definitely worth it. I don't know why you wouldn't want to go to this movie. So it's great.
If you want to be scared of crows, you should totally go watch this movie.
Definitely Javier's biggest joke was the crows.
If you want to be
Not
belittled by your friends as a man, definitely go watch this movie.
Was The Crow his biggest jump? Because that was a
Oh,
good
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
That was
that one was, I think he came out of a seat at least like 15 inches, a Javier half foot.
It's fantastic.
It was silent. Okay? I knew something was going to happen too. They got me twice in that freaking scene. Sorry, no, I'm getting
It was great.
distracted.
Can't wait to even talk. I mean, we're gonna have like the best jump scares in the deep dive. So make sure you join us because it was worth every second of watching it with him. All right, I'll go. I must be, and still have to hear from Alec, but I must be the minority here. I actually liked the majority of this movie better than the first one. And for me, it's partly kind of going against what Javier said. Is I like the fact that there's no tension around what these monsters look like and what they are. I like that we know what they are and what they look like, and we can lean into the character development within this movie, and there's a lot of it in this one. There was a lot in the first one, but it revolved more around Lee and, of course, the daughter, and I can never remember her name, but those two more than the whole family. And this one allowed Emily Blunt to jump in and be very involved, and then the brother, who was very much developed in this one as well. So I really liked that dynamic of that character development that you didn't get as much of in the first one. And the tension to me, and we'll talk about this in the deep dive, but there were some tactics they used more in this one than they did the first one. They used it once in the first one, and then this one they used it 3 or 4 times. And every time it happened in this movie, I was uncomfortable physically. Like I wasn't Javier level, like off my seat, but I was close, which I loved. That to me, this was more tense even than the first one, which is hard to pull off. So I thoroughly enjoyed this movie and can't wait to talk about it in the deep dive. But it is definitely 100% a worth it for me. Figure out getting out to the theater to see this if you can safely, because it's fantastic. So, Alec, wrap us up, man.
Oh man, my claim to fame is I'm not quite as big of a baby as Javier. But if Javier's like here, I'm like right
I
there.
watch Paranormal Activity with you. Don't bullshit me like that.
Oh, pause real quick, because we watched it at your house, and I remember you opened the door so I could get a running start from the back of the house, and you closed that door so fast behind me and locked every lock on that door that there was no shot if there was a ghost out there. So
I love
you wouldn't even walk me to my car.
I love it.
I'm not ready to die for you.
That's cold-blooded
no.
right there. I
It
walked
was
into your car.
bad.
It's true. JJ did walk me to my car.
Nice to know, Javier.
I got a great story I'll tell you in the deep dive, but you got to come join me in the deep dive for that story.
Oh boy, yeah. So I hated every second of this movie and loved it at the same exact time. Kind of this,
Thank you.
yeah, kind of the same boat as everybody else. The tension, the jump scares, everything kind of boiled down, and I was sitting in my seat just trying to communicate to people on a screen that aren't real, like, why are you being so dumb? And even on the jump scares that I knew were coming, I was surprised, and I hated that, but also loved it. So it's definitely worth it for me. It's one of the better movies I've seen in a while. But yeah, I can't wait to get into that deep dive because, oh boy, there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, lots and lots to talk about. I'm excited. Man, well, I think this is the first across the board worth it we've had in a very long time. If ever.
I can change it if you want.
No, I'm good. Especially because I know you'd be full of shit if you changed it. Because I know how you came out of that movie all tense and like wired, but you loved it. So,
Dude, I was stressed.
Dude,
like
yeah.
legit stressed after that movie.
It was funny. We had a good time. So yeah, go check this movie out. There, look at that shameless use of merch right there, Alec. I love you for that. That's
I'm a
mug
huge
you
brown
got there,
ogre.
buddy.
Dude, Alec, I think you like our social media stuff more than I do.
He does.
And I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I'm in trouble for that because I like your social media stuff more than I like Oceana's.
Nice.
And we love you for it, sir. We love you for it. Yeah. So that's our spoiler free. We're gonna roll into this deep dive, guys. So check that out on Monday, May 31st, Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. And yeah, we appreciate you tuning in. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you want us to watch. If there's some movies coming out you want to make sure we get on the calendar. June's wide open right now, so hit us up over the next couple of days. I'm still working on trying to get Javier to watch another horror movie, but I don't know if I
am
get him to
not
watch back-to-back.
watching. What is it? The
Conjuring.
I'm not watching The Conjuring, dude.
Come on, dude.
I'll
like
buy
even
you
for
2 tubs of red vines if you do.
Ooh, I've got a tub of red vines sitting in my house too that you can have. Not only that, but I was about to offer a brisket up. So
Dude, JJ's like, we could watch The Conjuring or Cruella. I'm like, Cruella, 100%. Cruella, right now. You outside of your fucking mind, dude?
Never. But man, how funny. Because what I do is I bring it in my house and we watch it because it's going to be on HBO Max. And then I'd film your ass jumping out of your seat the whole time, then throw it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I'm not watching The Conjuring.
We'll see. I got a few days to get you there.
No.
All right. So go check us out on that. Check out our website, whatsourverdict.com. You can sign up for our newsletter where we do send out what we're going to watch through the month a little early. And then check out our other videos. I've been actively uploading our back catalog onto YouTube. You won't see our faces, but if you use YouTube rather than jumping on a podcast website, you can listen to us there as well. So we appreciate you tuning in. Alec, thanks for joining us for the spoiler free. We can't wait to have the deep dive with you. And guys, we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye now.
Cinemagic out.
Whoa!